Questions I just recently got asked was, how do I add a whole pile of logos to a page on my website to display people I've worked with in the past, companies I've helped, places that I've spoken, if you're a speaker, all those sorts of things. And probably the easiest way to do it properly so that you get the slider where they're moving is to use a plugin. Now, plugins are really easy to find, but the trick is finding the right one for what it is that you do and that it's not causing any conflicts within your website. Because sometimes when you put plugins into WordPress or any site, quite frankly, they can cause conflicts. So you put the plugin in and suddenly something else stops working. So if you put a plugin in and you do notice that all of a sudden all your headings look funny or all the pictures have disappeared from the site, I've seen all sorts of weird things happen, then just make sure you go and turn the plugin off and then go and refresh the site and have a look, okay? So let's have a look at how we can do that. So here's our WordPress page. To add a plugin, we go to Plugin, Add New. Okay. Now, this will bring us to the plugin directory where we can actually do a search. Now, what it is actually doing is searching this section of WordPress.org, which is where we can find the plugin that we want. Now, not every plugin is in here. There's a whole range of different ones. Some are free to a certain level, and then you've got to go pro to get all the features. So be aware, you might find one that looks really great in the video, and then you install it and find out to get the features you really wanted, you actually have to pay for the plugin. Now, I don't have a problem paying for plugins, but it's got to be exactly what I want if I'm going to pay for it. And it also depends on the license. Can I only use it on one site? Can I use it on 100 sites? It's up to you to make sure you do your research. Now, the second place you can go to get plugins, rather than just using this search section, searching the WordPress.org depository, is actually within ThemeForest, going into Code Canyon. And you can do the same thing here. So let's go logo slider, and it will bring back any results that it's got. And we can see there's a whole range of them here. Responsive slider, $20 to buy, so not expensive. Here's a different style one. And if you want to look to see what it looks like, you just click preview. And generally the owner of the plugin who's selling it will take you to a page and you'll see all different designs on how things lay out. So here we go. So we've got this one here where it's just got the logos. Then come down further and you can have words underneath them, all sorts of things. So you can try all different aspects, logo with center mode, logo with multi-row. It'll just load a new page and you'll see, okay, so there you go, logo with multi-row, etc. So easy enough to actually buy one. All you need to do if you want to buy one, by the way, is just create an account at Envato and you pay through the account. But let's go back to the free ones because there is a lot of free plugins that can do this job for you. So sometimes it's easy to go here. You can see I've tested this before. And here is a big pile of logos. Now, as I said, some of these are paid because you'll have to pay for a pro version, but most of them will be free. And one of the things I do like about this is you'll note it has the star rating and the number of ratings. So you can decide based on the number of ratings, whether it should be worth trying or not. And the other thing is you can see the number of active installs, meaning that 50,000 plus people actually using it. That tells me that there's a high chance that it's actually a good plugin, because if that many people are using it, it's worthwhile. Now, to do the same thing here, we just come up here and we go logo slider. Oh, double D, that's not going to help. Let's try fixing the spelling a little bit there. And here we go. Again, you can see 50,000 plus installations, 71 responses. Now, if you want to learn more about it, you click more details. And that actually brings up information, shows you how it's installed. So to actually have it come up on a page, you use some short code, which I'll explain to you in a minute. And even as far as they may have a demo video, they have installation instructions, they've got screenshots of what it looks like. So, have a look. If you like it, click install now. And if your website's set up properly, you should just be able to install this website. Now, you've installed it, but it's not active, so you have to turn it on. So go activate. And it says, do you want to subscribe? And blah, blah, blah. No, I just want to skip. I don't want any of those sorts of things. Okay, so here's the plugin in my side menu now. And if I click on it, you'll see I've got add new logo category. So I can have categories of logos, which is pretty cool. But I need to add a new logo. And what we can do is put a link here for the name of the logo, and then we can actually link the logo off to somewhere if you want to. So if you want to be able to link it to the company that you were dealing with, that's fine. So let's just type Google, and I'm going to put now. You don't have to put the link in. That's the key thing. Now the trick is you got to look around. You're going, oh, where do I add the actual picture? Well, if I look over on my side menu, notice it says here, set logo image. So do I already have a Google logo in here? Well, no, I have no pictures. So I go to upload files. I've got some pictures over here. So I'm just going to grab that picture and drop it in and click set logo image. And you'll see it showing up here now. And I go publish. Okay, so let's add a new one. Then set logo image, drop it in, and publish. Add a new one. Set image, grab my image, drop it in to upload, choose it, publish. Okay, so we've got a whole pile. Now, there's a couple of things you need to think about here. The first is, how big is the image? For example, this Microsoft image here might actually be as big as my whole page, or it could be really tiny. So if it's really tiny, that's fine because it's a logo. But what you may end up with is one small logo, one big logo, one small logo, etc. down your page. So just be aware that you may need to resize your images. I will do a video for you about that later on. So now we've got our logo showcase. So there's all our logos we've added. Now we have to add those to our page. So if we go to how it works, it's got here shortcode. Now the shortcode isn't always easy to find. Sometimes you have to come back to here where that information was previously and find the shortcode. Okay, so there's the shortcode, for example. Now, shortcode is a special piece of code that you can use in WordPress and also on other content management systems that allows you to insert a whole function, okay? The trick is how you insert it. If you insert it as like on a normal web page, it will just show up as like text. If you insert it in a different way, it will work. So let's look at how we can do that. Let's go to our pages. I'm going to go to my biography page, because we've already created that page, and I'm going to add a section. Now, I have a range of things that I can add here. So what am I going to do? If I go here, I can actually edit as HTML like this, press enter, put that down and go update. Now, notice it says this block is unexpected valid comment. So we have a problem. Didn't like this much because it's not HTML. So what else can we do? Let's have a look here. We're going to add a new block. Code. Short code, okay? So WordPress has these built in. Short code. Right short code here. I'm going to paste that in. And I'm going to go update. And now I'm just going to open that link in a new tab. And look at that. And there's my logos. Now remember what I said about the size being important? The Google one's tiny, these ones are big. So we do have to resize those images sometimes to make sure that they're all the same size. Look, there's multiple ways to do that, and I will do a video for you on that. But On a Mac, you can just double click and open them up in preview, and then go up to the menu and choose adjust size and set them all to say 300 pixels wide, which is really easy, and then save them again and before you upload them to the logo collection. Obviously, you can resize them and edit them at any time if you want to. Just have to remove the original images. If I go back here, and I'll just do this quickly, I'll show you something. If we go into the media, now Google was fine. What size was Google? If I look up here, it says it's 161 by 41 pixels. So what size is this one? It's 800 by 900. So I can actually do editing in here by clicking Edit Image. And I'm going to scale that down to 200. And that's all I need to do. It's saved, close that. Now, theoretically, if I refresh this, look at that, my image is smaller. So you don't have to go anything really fancy. You can get around it. Click on the image, edit image, 200, scale, close the image. Let's go back to my biography page again. Let's have a look at the Microsoft one. Oh, look at that, it's little too. So there you go. There's a quick workaround and it's built into WordPress. Have fun with that.